Peanuts originated? No, I'm not talking about the food. I'm talking about the comic strip. I'm sure that all of you have looked at a comic strip sometime or another for fun. My favorite happens to be Peanuts by Charles M. Schulz. I often read this comic strip in the newspaper, and sometimes I even try sketching the characters. Enjoying Peanuts prompted me to look into the history behind the comic strip and its author. Today, I would like to share with you some of the wonderful things that brought about this comic strip's charm and success. First, I will give you some biographical information about the author. Charles Monroe Schulz was the creator of the Peanuts comic strip. He was born on November 26, 1922, in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and he grew up in St. Paul. In his late teenage years, he began to take art courses. However, soon he was drafted to the U.S. Army to fight in World War II. When he left the Army in 1943, he returned to Minneapolis and taught at the art instruction schools. From there, Schulz decided to become a cartoonist. He first created the cartoon Little Folks under the pen name Sparky, which was published in 1947. However, it only ran until 1949, and then he selected the best strips and transformed them into the famous Peanuts, which premiered on October 2, 1950. The first strip of the comic featured the main character, Charlie Brown. Charlie Brown is based on the cartoonist's own life experiences. Schulz named Charlie Brown after one of his co-workers. Also, Charlie Brown and the cartoonist families were very similar. Their fathers were barbers, they both had dogs, and they were quite shy. Moreover, the Peanuts comic not only includes humor, but incorporates philosophical lessons throughout the dialogue of the characters as well. For example, Charlie Brown's younger sister, Sally, expressed herself in a February 16, 1990 strip. "This is my report on how to live. They say the best way is just to live one day at a time. If you try to live 7 days at a time, the week will be over before you know it." This type of comic strip appealed to many audiences because the philosophical messages were deep, yet presented in such a way that readers could relate to it. The charming comic strip was gaining much popularity and success. Schulz was awarded the National Cartoonist Society Humor Comic Strip Award, was honored in the United States Hockey Hall of Fame, and received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. The comic Peanuts ran continuously for almost 50 years, appearing in over 26,000 newspapers in 75 different countries. However, in 1999, Schulz suffered from a stroke, making it impossible for him to continue work. He retired and he passed away on February 12, 2000 from colon cancer. His last comic strip, shown on the screen, ran the day after his death, and he also expressed his wish that Peanuts not be continued by any others. Today, Peanuts is still one of the most popular comic strips, and reruns are found in many publications. Charles Schulz's legacy continues all over the world through awards, museums, and his original comic strip, Peanuts. The profound impact that the author and his comic strip has had on the world is simply amazing. From the characters' antics to their musings on life, this lighthearted comic strip touches every reader. This comic strip would never have been available to us had it not been for the time and effort put forth by the author. So I hope that the next time you read Peanuts, or any other comic strip for that matter, you'll appreciate it for much more than what's visible on the paper.
Question.
Wait, so every comic strip right now that we read is a rerun?
Yes, they're all reruns.
When and how did you start watching?
Well, in 8th grade, I remember I was looking at cartoon characters that I wanted to draw for a report I had to do. So I started looking at Snoopy and Woodstock from Peanuts, and that's how I got interested in the comic strip.
Right. Did he also like continue with the like the sitcoms or the like the Christmas shows of the Peanuts to create those as well?
Those were based on his works. He drew them, but other people directed it.
But were the drawings, did he draw the?
Yes.
Okay.
Madeline.
Do you know why he's in the, I think you said the hockey hall of fame?
Well, the ice hockey, well, because during his life he also moved to Santa Rosa, California, where there's an ice rink there, and he based a lot of his comic strips on things that happen at the ice rink. He has many scenes with his characters at ice rinks, and his daughter also did some work there, so they're related.